Hello. Today we'll be demoing CDI's ArcGIS integration with Laserfiche Cloud. We'll be looking at a few different components of the integration, and to start with, we'll show you how you can embed an ArcGIS map within Laserfiche Forms. Now to do this, we've built out a sample building permit form, which I'm showing on screen. What I'd like you to take note of is that the parcel ID, the property type, the mailing address, the property address, none of these fields are filled in currently. But if I scroll down to the embedded map portion of my form and I put in an address, we can see that the embedded map zooms to that parcel. And if I were to select the Fill Form button in the integration, it will automatically fill in all of those fields that were previously empty. Now I'm going to take a moment to fill in a few other fields on the sample form before I submit. All right, just to summarize what I filled in, I added the estimated value of the work, description of the work. I added any supporting documentation that would be applicable to my permit. So in this case, maybe a drawing of what's being done, along with the project details, days that are convenient for inspection, and so forth. And I'm going to submit. Now, as a part of this forms process, I have the form being sent for an approval, perhaps by someone in the building and planning area of a city. Let's say that everything looks good as a part of what was submitted, and I'm going to assign a new permit number along with an approval. All right, now that my forms process has completed, I've navigated over to Laserfiche Cloud and I've logged into my repository. Now you can see that I have a property files area within my folder structure, and within that I have different addresses. Now this particular address folder was just created, and that was as a result of the Laserfiche Forms process completing. The folder didn't exist, so Laserfiche Workflow created it. Now a few things that you'll notice is that there are templates applied to all of these folders. So again, some of the information that was collected as a part of the integration process was used to automatically fill in metadata for that folder. Let's go a little bit deeper into the folder structure and we'll see that there's a permits area. And let's say I'm breaking my permits down by year. So again, Workflow automatically created this folder. And then eventually we get to a permit folder that is specific to this permit, and this is a records folder. So if I select this folder and go to the records area here, we can see that automatically cutoff instructions, retention schedule, that's all been set and predetermined. And if I open that records folder, I eventually get to the files that are pertinent to this permit. So one, we have the permit application. If I select that, we'll see the form that you watched me fill out as a part of the demonstration. Take note that the template information has been applied automatically. Applicant name, permit type, doc type, the permit number, the parcel ID, property address. Again, these elements of the metadata were pulled through the integration from ArcGIS and into Laserfiche. And you may remember that as a part of the demonstration, I included some supporting documentation. So I grabbed a sample drawing that might be a part of the work that's going to be done. And again, this all had template information applied automatically as well. All right, for the last part of the demonstration, let's flip things around. Let's go out to our ArcGIS site, which you can see we have a sample built here called City of CDI. And let's put in that address that we just used as a part of the permitting process. So I'm going to select that. And we can see that we've zoomed into that parcel. And if I select that and select the Smart Editor on the left-hand side here, we can scroll to the bottom of this area. And here's what I want you to take note of. We see that there is an attachments area. These are the permits that I just produced as a part of the demo process that I was showing, or rather the permit application and the supporting documentation. And if I were to select that, we can see that that is going to open up in Laserfiche Cloud. So the nice thing here is that you can be working in ArcGIS and you can quickly get to those documents that are stored in Laserfiche. Now, if I needed to delete something, I could also do that from this area simply by selecting the X. Or if I needed to add something else as a part of my permit application, let's say, or to something that's related to this parcel, I can actually add files from ArcGIS, and those will be automatically populated within Laserfiche. So let's grab another drawing sample and attach that. Now that I've added that file, if I go back over to my Laserfiche Cloud repository and I navigate back to that address folder, which I've done, here is what I just uploaded from ArcGIS into Laserfiche. Now let's go to ArcGIS and let's select a document here. And you can see that the integration zoomed in straight to that parcel that relates to this file. And if I were to select that, you can see that I get to all that information that I could get to ArcGIS, in the main interface right from within Laserfiche Cloud. This concludes the demonstration for today. Thank you so much for your time.